What is up YouTube? My name is Skoldy and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to cover the complete defending tutorial. We're gonna cover how to defend in FIFA 20. And there are two things that defines a good defender in FIFA 20, and it's one, player switching, and two, how good you understand the game. So let's get started. So let's start off with the first little clip here, and what we can see on the screen that it says right stick switching, which means that you can now control which player should be the center point of reference for any right stick switching. So if you use the right switch and you have it as a player relative, it means that the player will be the center of where you flip the stick. So if you have Neymar in the middle of the pitch and you flip to the right, it's gonna be selecting the player to the right. But if you have ball relative, it's gonna be the ball that is the center. But what I recommend for you to have, it's the player relative, because it's a lot easier to make sure that you get your right stick switching right using the player relative stick. So let's just take a look at the first clip here, and we can see that Makelele has the ball and he plays it out to Adama Traore, and you're gonna be able to see that we're flipping the right stick a lot between a lot of players, but we're gonna go back and break it down here in just a second. But this ends up with us winning the ball, of course, but what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go through it throughoutly, where we break down everything one piece by one. And as you can see here, with players moving right and left all the time, and eventually we end up winning the ball with Eusebio here. But if we go back a little bit and start the clip from the start, and you can see that the ball is playing out to Traore. And what we do here is we go in front with Boateng while after player switching to him, which leads that we cut off the pass to Mbappe, and as well we track the run. The later the ball goes back, which means that there is a big space opened up, which you can see on the screen now, is where Goretzka has to go down and cover, because we don't want the opponent to operate in between our CDMs and our center backs, because that's a dangerous spot to allow your opponent to operate. And once again, you can see here the ball is getting now played out to the right, and what we do is we switch to Vieira using the left bumper or L1, because there is a little cursor over his head. That means he is the closest one if you click L1, and we just put some pressure on there. And once again, you can see Makelele has opened up and Goretzka is free on the side. So what we do is we go down to cover the pass to Neymar, and after that we slowly work ourselves up to Goretzka again. And what's going to happen now is that we're going to put ourselves in a really bad situation here, is because Goretzka is going to go down to cover the pass, because we don't want Neymar to get the ball in that area. But here is what's going to happen now is that he has gotten himself into a really good position with Mbappe here, and he's forcing us to decide. Either we cover the pass to Goretzka, or we cover the pass to Traore. So what's going to happen here is we of course want to cover the Traore pass, because it's the most dangerous pass. But he decides to go back and we end up winning the ball. So next clip here, we can see that it's all about minimizing the risks. And the same thing here, we put pressure when he comes into the space in between the CDMs and the center backs, and we force him out of there just as quick. And what we do here as well, we cover the pass into Bergkamp, because we don't want the ball to go in there. And we open up, and then we spam the offside trap to close the gap between the CDMs and the center back, just in order to get more pressure on our opponents and forcing him, if the ball comes in, to have less time to play the ball into the box. And if we move on to the next clip here, we are going to be able to see that we're still, covering the pass up to the strikers, and we're making sure that he can't play it, but he gets one little chance to do it. But what we do then is we pull Vieira down and we put the pressure in, don't allow him to turn, and don't allow him to get any time to work some magic in the space outside of the box. But the pressure also works a little further up the pitch. What you can see here, we select Neymar, we cover the wing, and then quickly we change to Vieira, who's in the middle of the pitch, and we intercept the ball very, very easily. And this also is going to lead to a goal, a little lucky pass there. But what we did that ended up is that we put some pressure, we put Neymar in one position, and then we pressured with another player after we put Neymar in the correct position to cover up the pass to his fullback. And another example here of us pressing high up in the pitch, you can see as soon as he takes a touch, that's when we storm forward with Eusebio. Another poor pass from my side, and we keep pressuring because we want to win the ball here, we want to end this game quick. And you can see that we put Maxim in front of Mane, so he can't play that pass, so he's forced to play the pass into Anderson. But what happens is that we miss the tackle, but we have already killed all of his options. So basically we can just go ahead with Maxim and intercept the ball and get it easy, nice little counterattack, but we managed to screw it up as you can see on the screen. So that concludes this defensive video, and in order to become a really good defender in FIFA 20, you need to learn how to player switch properly. If you can player switch properly, then you can easily move one player to one spot and then intercept the ball with another player because you've closed down the space that your opponent didn't know that you had. The second thing is that you need to be able to understand the game of football. If you can predict what's going to be the outcome of a certain situation, you're going to be miles ahead of your opponent in terms of the steps, and then you can intercept and win the ball a lot easier as well, and you can understand what spaces you need to close down. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and I'll hopefully put some more tutorials out for you guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time again. Bye.